Howdy everyone, Rob checking in. Per usual, it's been a month or two since I posted a video. Cheers. I have a huge stack here of stuff I've accumulated since my last video. I don't know, might be 20 some records here. We'll see how ambitious and how quickly I talk. That will decide if I make it all in one video or do another one here in a couple days or something. Great stuff here. A lot of I grabbed a few new records, and I grabbed a few records online, thrift store, and then a local sale, and some hand-me-downs, which hand-me-downs are always the best if you can score some good stuff for free. But yeah, we'll get this started. I hope everyone's well, by the way. Grab the new Jack White album. This is Boarding House Reach. This, frankly, the reviews for this were all over the place, and I had heard the 3 songs or so he posted on YouTube, and I was kind of torn myself. I love it. I wish more artists would step out of their comfort zone and make something a little experimental. I understand that, and I could see why some people might not like this. It's completely unlike, Jack White, and I mean, it's just all over the place. Weird stuff. I like it. I like weird music though, so. Oh boy, I got Childish Gambino's last record, who many of you may know as Donald Glover. He's a pretty talented guy, famous actor, famous musician. Just released a new video for his new single, This Is America, which is a great rap song, and yeah, it's a provocative video, kind of on his take on state of affairs on America right now. This album, on the other hand, Awaken My Love, this came out 2016, and this is a soul record. There's not really rapping on this. This is organic instruments and just some like sexy soul music. No one knew he could sing like this. This is excellent. Childish Gambino. If you guys like funky soul, this is great. This is excellent. So I'm hoping his new record's good too. Those were I got those at a record store. These next two I also got at the same store. Nilsson Smilson. This is supposed to be his kind of magnum opus. This is the one that gets the best, critical acclaim and fan acclaim. And I see why. This is excellent. I knew a few songs on that before I grabbed it, and they're all good, so I grabbed it. Not mad about it. John Cale Guts. Of course, John Cale of Velvet Underground fame. This is the late 70s record by him. I don't know, maybe 1977 or something. This is Brian Eno's all over this. He plays some synthesizer on this. Phil Collins. This is cool. It's a good album. It's the kind of thing I like to find. Pretty badass cover too. But John Cale, he was kind of the, I think he was a little. It was kind of the experimental side of the Velvet Underground, which, to me, you know, set them apart from other '60s bands. Besides, you know, Lou Reed's lyrical approach and kind of singing approach as well. This I got on the same trip. I stopped though at a thrift store. So this was $1. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I want to say this is actually their second album. I have their greatest hits already, and that's, you know, I like Blood, Sweat, and Tears though, so I grabbed this as well. This is good. Same thrift store. We got Jethro Tull, Minstrel in the what's this called? Minstrel in the Gallery. You can't really go wrong with early mid 70s Jethro Tull. This is excellent. One of my favorite Elton John records I did not have. Madman Across the Water. A little booklet here. This is great. The first half of this, the first side on this is flawless. Excellent. $1. Alright, up next, I bought 4 records actually off of Walmart.com for the sole reason that they were dirt cheap, and they appear to be pretty good pressings. Don't worry, I'm not just going to buy records on Walmart anymore, you know, for now on. I still support my local record stores. I buy off other sellers on Discogs. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, buy records off of the man. But at least I got some good stuff here. This is Courtney Barnett. Sometimes I sit and think, and sometimes I sit. Sometimes I just sit. This is great. This was her last album, 2015. She's got one coming out soon. She released a couple singles. I have not listened to it yet, but she's a great up-and-coming artist. She kind of established herself with this record, I think. You know, she kind of has like a stream of consciousness vocal delivery. Sometimes not unlike, you know, early Bob Dylan almost. And her band ranges from kind of hard rocking, like raucous kind of rock music, to super chill, kind of relaxing music. And her almost, like I said, stream of consciousness kind of poetry over the top. She's great. I'm going to recommend the song Depreston. On the first side, track 5, Depreston. If you guys aren't familiar with her, that's a kind of mellow track, but just gorgeous. Had to grab The Residents. Meet the Residents, of course, a mock of Meet the Beatles. Even this became kind of an iconic record cover for album cover for weirdos, I guess. These guys are ridiculous. If you don't know The Residents, I mean, it's not. If you like standard Western pop music, you're not gonna dive into this head first and like expect to love it. But there's a lot to be said about this too. It can be rewarding, especially with a few listens. The Residents. 2 more Walmart.com records. Jay Dilla, Donuts. Jay Dilla was a producer and a DJ, and this is basically instrumental hip hop tracks. Excellent. You know, he was a sample guy, samples. This is great. Very influential as well. And I grabbed Beck Odelay, one of his probably his best record. 90s Beck. All right. What else we got here? This group of records, which I was very happy with. There's a sale locally. I've talked about it before in previous videos where people donate books mainly, but also records, CDs, maps, whatever, and they do a huge sale, and the benefits go to the library, the local, the libraries. And so I go down the first day of the sale and look through the records, and I usually come out with a handful. This was no exception. I probably got about 10 or 12 or 13 records here. And these are $3 a pop the first day. As you go, the next day or the next weekend of the sale, it drops to, $1.50 a record or whatnot, down to 10 cents or something at the end of it. But I just go the first day. They're only $3 each, and, they're not picked through yet. So this is what I found. First one, For Your Love, single by the Yardbirds. Epic label. This is backed with Got to Hurry. So that was cool. This might have been $1 or something for the 45s. And I grabbed a copy of Paper Lace, The Night Chicago Died. Kind of catchy, you know the song. I'll pay $1 for that. Robin Trower, Bridge of Sighs. This is worth every bit of those $3 I spent on this. Just phenomenal blues rock guitarist, Robin Trower. To Rolling Stone. What a great song. I mean, this album's great. This guy rocked. I had to get a copy of the ubiquitous Donovan's Greatest Hits. I don't need to talk about that. Johnny Cash Greatest Hits Volume 1. Hendrix Crash Landing. And this is good. I did not research. I don't know. I don't recognize the band on this. So someone comment on this. Tell me what this is all about. I didn't look this up. I did listen to it though. Buddy Miles is on here. Billy Cox is on here, but I don't recognize some of the other names, so I'm not sure what sessions these were or what year this was even. So someone let me know. This does not have a cover, but I didn't have it. It's Neil Young's first solo record, self-titled. What year is this, guys? 1968, somewhere in there. So I'll have to maybe I'll find a cover or something. Or hey, maybe one of you guys has a cover. Let me know. Neil Young's first album. This is one actually I grabbed because the VC. I always see this cover on you guys' videos. Of course, King Crimson, Lark's Tongues in Aspic. This is 1973. This is phenomenal. Excellent progressive rock. I actually didn't listen to it until I saw some videos of you guys posting this, and so I saw it at the this sale for the library, and of course, yeah, my eyes lit up when I saw that one. 24 of Hank Williams' Greatest Hits. Pretty standard stuff here. a copy of Sergeant Pepper's. I've already got this, of course, but I wanted to see if it was a an upgrade copy. I don't think it is, so I might give that away or something. This I was super excited for. Now, granted, the box here, the cover is trashed, and I don't see it very often when it's not trashed. But a copy of All Things Must Pass, George Harrison. I've been looking for a nice, at least, as long as the records are clean, which these are great. I listened to this yesterday. Beautiful. Might need a little cleaning on that record, but super stoked to find this. Like I said, the cover's trash, but these boxes just fall apart. But clean records, so super stoked about that. That was probably my favorite thing I found there. Even if the cover's a little beat up. Lots of greatest hits here. Flats and Scruggs. Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs. Golden hits. You gotta have a little bluegrass for those hot summer beer drinking days. And another, last but not least, greatest hits, Booker T and the MGs. I only ever listen to like Green Onions off this, but that alone is worth grabbing it for. And this is good, beat and riff focused kind of blues, kind of simple blues music, blues almost rock, but yeah, grab that. And I'm just gonna go through all these, do one video. Hopefully it's not too long here. I grabbed these were all on Discogs, I think. Yeah, they were. No. Yeah, these are all on Discogs. I'll go through these quickly as well. Some of these were used, some were new, but this is a reissue of Loaded Velvet Underground's last real album. I don't need to say much about this. It hasn't already been said. This was kind of their almost, some people might interpret it as almost a sellout record or something like that, which I would never call it that, but it is definitely a change of pace for the band. It was a change of pace for the band, but this is absolutely excellent from front to start, from front to back. The first four the four Velvet Underground's records, you could argue as I could argue that basically anyone at any given time could be my favorite. I think that just great output those few years. Oh boy, this is a modern post-punk band. Preoccupations. This is their brand new album. This is called New Material, which is appropriate. Excellent group. Absolutely excellent. If you like 80s post-punk, this is great. These guys are excellent. Before they were called Preoccupations, they were called Viet Cong. This is 2015, same band, different name. And this is probably their best one. They're all really great, honestly. This is great though. Viet Cong, great rock music, just phenomenal. They changed their name to Preoccupations after I think some venues or maybe colleges were basically shutting down their shows before they happened because of the Viet Cong was a terrible regime, obviously, in Vietnam, and a lot of people didn't like that. The band decided, well, we'll change our name. we're not, you know, we don't want the controversy, this and that. We just picked the name because it looked cool, or, you know, I don't think they meant harm by it, but they changed their name and they still rock. Viet Cong Preoccupations, check them out. I got Bon Iver, their self-titled record. It's really basically one guy with the mastermind behind this stuff, but this is my favorite album by Bon Iver. 2011, Jaguar Records. This is infamous for being a terrible pressing. I've always read that there's not really any good pressings of this out there, but this was like, it was like $11 or something, and so I grabbed it, see what all the negative, you know, negativity about it, you know, was about, and it's not as bad as they said. You know, it is a little noisy here and there, which, and this can be a, you know, this does have its quiet moments, but I don't have another option to own it on vinyl. I've got I've got the MP3 or something, but it was well worth $11. This is an excellent record. This was cool. This was another Discogs purchase. Inventions for Electric Guitar. Manuel Gottsing of Sun Ra Temple. Fantastic. This guy, he was doing the Edge way before the Edge was doing the Edge. Basically, the guy throws a loop pedal, delay pedal, echo, and messes with that for, you know, 50 minutes and puts it on tape. Bunch of overdubs, and it's pretty hypnotic. At points, it's almost like modern, kind of heady electronic music. This is way ahead of its time. I think this was like, maybe, I don't see it on here, it was recorded in 1974, so maybe 1975, somewhere in there it came out. And I play guitar, so I appreciate this a lot, you know, for that reason as well. Great stuff. Alright, I am going to finish up with 4 more records here. These were given to me, these are my hand-me-downs. These were given to me by my mom's husband. They are in the process of moving, so they're getting rid of all their stuff. And he asked me if I wanted to look through his records, and I said, of course I want to look through your records. So he gave me these. I grabbed 4 out of there. I didn't, my brother was looking through them too, and they were going to give some other ones away, so I didn't get carried away with it. I just grabbed the 4 I wanted the most and did that. Rare Hendrix. This is on a weird label, Trip. I don't know how weird it is, but I don't see it very often. I have not listened to this yet, but it was recorded in New York City on June 10th, 1966. This is going to be interesting. It looks like there's 3 guitars and then like a sax and some vocals on this. I have not played this yet. I have no idea what this sounds like. So I might play this today. Trip. It's got to be cleaned off still. I haven't played it. So hopefully that's good. Frank Zappa. This is a soundtrack. And again, I know very little about this besides it's Frank Zappa with the Royal Philharmonic, the orchestra, and this is going to be good, I'm sure. I've never heard this. So this will be interesting. The picture on the back of the orchestra and the band. So again, I'm showing some of these before I've listened to them. I might bite my tongue. Maybe they're not good. I don't know yet. There you go. These last two I know are good because I've listened to them and did not have them. Asbury Park. Greetings from Asbury Park. Bruce Springsteen. This is his first album, right? I think, guys, first album. And this is classic. 1973. He was just a young lad. Last but certainly not least, I got a copy of Lou Reed Live. This was on my Discogs want list for a while, but I found this beautiful copy for free. This was, I wrote down here, this was recorded at the same time as his Rock and Roll Animal album, which I have somewhere over here or down there. Excellent. Excellent. His band was great at the time. His guitar player, Dick Wagner, Steve Hunter, one of those guys just tore it up. Excellent guitar player. Actually, the whole band's excellent. I recommend this if you haven't listened to this, if you like Lou Reed. This is kind of a pretty rockin' phase of Lou Reed. This is you know, this is rock and roll right here. My favorite track on here is Vicious, probably. Of course, Walk on the Wild Side's excellent. I'm Waiting for the Man. I thought it was I'm Waiting for My Man, but I'm Waiting for the Man. That's a real upbeat kind of rock and roll version, as opposed to the Velvet's kind of droney, you know, kind of artsy, weirdo, psych out version. But Lou Reed Live. That's gonna do it for me, folks. Just wanted to share the big pile of records I got in the last probably 2 months or whatever it's been. I enjoy watching your videos. I think I'm up to like 11 or 12 subscribers right now, so that's exciting without trying too hard. I'll catch you guys later. Keep up the videos, and I'm signing off. Thanks.